Now, every time I release a video on the iTech World products, I get inundated with negative comments, replies, and messages trying to disprove some of the points I've made in my videos and discredit the products by iTech World. Now, I'm not at all discouraging your difference of opinions. In fact, I implore you to continue, as it's these differences in opinions that may cover points that I may have missed in my video. It provides extra context for other viewers looking to purchase the products and pushes innovation from companies looking to meet the evolving demands of the market. Now, I purchased my first iTech World 120X lithium battery in early 2022 for full retail price, just like anybody else would have, for a very specific purpose in my setup. Now, this battery gave me a lithium chemistry, a lightweight alternative to my old AGM setup, much better performance, and of course came in at a very reasonable price. I've conducted numerous tests, both new and long-term reviews on this product and other products from iTech World, and they've all worked very well, so how can I complain? But there's no such thing as a perfect product, and I've also mentioned a lot of the cons or considerations in all of my video reviews too. What seems to come up in these episodes appears to be quite trivial, but it's something that a few viewers focus on very heavily. The first one is amp hour capacity. Now, the 120X is marketed as a 105 amp hour battery, and I only got 99 amp hours from brand new, which is a little shorter than expected. The second issue is cycle life degradation. Now, I recently published a 12-month long-term review of that unit, where I had lost 7 amp hours of capacity over that time. And this is a faster trajectory than the estimated 80% capacity at 4,000 cycles, as quoted by iTech World. Now, of course, there's been other baseless criticisms as well, such as, try discharging these at 130 amp and watch the cells and cabling temps go through the roof. Well, I have discharged this battery at over 120 amp continuously, and it worked just fine. We've also got other criticisms with the under bonnet use. Has heat affected the cells? Well, I have absolutely no doubt that heat has affected the cells, and it's probably the cause of the accelerated degradation. Other people are quick to compare points with other brands. For example, here, I have personally seen a Voltex battery wrapped up and fitted under the bonnet of a hardcore 4x4 vehicle. The owner says it works perfectly with no issues. Well, yes, I have a iTech World 120X under the bonnet of my Land Cruiser, and I'm saying it works with no issues. But do Voltex have the same rated specifications? Have we tested the amp hour capacity, the peak discharge rates, compared the weights, the cycle life degradation, and more importantly, is it warranted or supported for use in that application? What I'm getting at here is people are quick to compare single points with other manufacturers with similar specifications, but not the product as a whole. Now, the purpose of today's video is to issue a challenge to all of those people to find me an alternative solution, but more importantly, a better alternative to what I'm currently running. And there are going to be some requirements for this challenge. Now, if I'm provided with some reasonable alternatives that seem to meet the specifications and requirements, then I'm happy to purchase these and test them in the future. The requirements are, firstly, it has to be a lithium iron phosphate chemistry, which is also known as LiPo4. The battery must meet or exceed the amp hour capacity as quoted by that manufacturer. It must be supported or warranted for under bonnet use in the vehicle. It must be able to beat a 7% cycle life degradation in 12 months of use. It has to be a relatively drop-in replacement for the battery I've currently got. Now, I can change the charge settings on the controller, but it has to be a regular and standard size to be able to physically fit in the engine bay of my cruiser. And lastly, it must be budget. Now, I use the word budget in context for the world of lithium batteries. It can be less, equal to, or within 10% of any equivalent iTech World product to meet a suitable alternative to this setup. I'm issuing this challenge not to shut down those with differing opinions, but to find something better. This challenge is going to do one of two things. Firstly, it's either going to highlight some of the advantages of the 120X product as a whole package, or secondly, it's going to allow me to find, review, test, and hopefully use a product that outperforms my current setup. As many other iTech World customers, I'm not looking for an alternative that only meets some of those requirements. For example, all of the specifications, but it's not supported for under bonnet use. I purchased this battery specifically for my needs, including some of the features like under bonnet use, high performance, and lightweight. The 120X and the 120X Pro are a great overall package that meet the demands of the market for most customers, including myself. Now, rather than just telling me that the amp hour capacity doesn't meet the claimed manufacturer's specifications, or the cycle life degradation is too quick, or maybe the battery gets too hot under heavy use, which I tested otherwise, tell me what does work. What should I put into my cruiser? What can I buy in Australia at the moment that I can put into the engine bay of my cruiser and expect the exact claimed specifications from the manufacturer at this price point? What I'm hoping to show here is that although these batteries do have some shortcomings, and they sure do, they provide numerous benefits for people with very specific purposes. Purposes that just cannot be achieved with more traditional chemistries like AGM, and more importantly, coming at a price that is very attainable. Now, of course, this challenge will only be open for a relative period of time, as technology is always changing and improving. But I'm really looking forward to some of your responses and hopefully some suitable alternatives that are going to outperform my current setup. And hopefully we'll be able to follow up with this video with some results in the future. But your challenge starts now.